My curling iron broke. Help! It went crazy. But this video isn't about my hair or how many different hairstyles I have. Hi everyone, I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. And if you're coming back, you know I love that too. This video is a what sold video, but before we start that, I need to do a drawing from one of the last videos, and I have a little announcement to make, something I'm excited about, a sale that I made just today. Let's see who won a jumping jack. A jumping jack is a cell phone holder. I've been talking about these in quite a few videos. A green jumping jack. I have the names here. Let's see who the winner is. I give them away when you happen to pick up the keywords in the video and leave a comment including that keyword. Let's see who the winner is. How about, you ready? Ginger Tea. Ginger Tea, congratulations. You just won a green jumping jack. Congratulations, and thanks for watching and commenting. Thank you to all of you who watch my videos and comment. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up doesn't hurt either. Okay, let me tell you what my announcement is. It's really about a sale I had within the last hour before doing this video, and I'm really excited about it. I have a box for something that I bought recently at the Goodwill. In fact, it's coming out in a video pretty soon of a shopping haul at the Goodwill. The brand is Pyrex. I'm not sure if I paid $2.99 or $3.99. I'll have to watch my own video back to see. I can't remember. But this box of 6 items by Pyrex, Corning, flasks, that's what it is, just sold for $150 plus shipping. Woohoo! Goodwill missed it. You know, they don't know everything. They miss things. All thrift stores miss things. I'm almost afraid to take it out of here because I don't want to drop it. But at the same time, I want to show you what it is. I sold a box of 6 of these Pyrex flasks, 100 millimeter. Yeah, $150 for 6 of these. There's kind of a shortage of these out there right now. I did run comps while I was at the Goodwill, and I knew they were worth some money, but when I got home and researched them a little more, especially checking out the scientific websites, thanks to my husband Mark who helped me with that, because he used to teach in that field, yes, worth quite a bit of money. Now I just have to pack it up carefully and get it in the mail. In addition to sharing my sale with you, I want to remind you that Mark and I, Mark my husband, we have another channel called Avante Attic where we are liquidating our own estate, going through things that are completely different from what you see on this channel, and more pack and ship videos on that channel as well. I also have a channel called Thrifty Recipes where occasionally I share one of my recipes, and I hope you check that channel out too. Avante Attic and Thrifty Recipes. But this video is a guess what it sold for before I actually reveal what it sold for. Some of you said you like that format. I will reveal after you have a chance to analyze what price range it sold in. I'll reveal what it sold for. It does not include my clearance clothing. Be prepared to listen to that little sound, and then I'll reveal what it actually sold for. Let's get started. This is a 2-piece lot of vintage enamel layered flower pins or brooches in a bright lime green and a dark aqua color. How much do you think they sold for? Listen for the chime, and then I'll reveal what it actually sold for. They sold for $14.97. I found this 2-piece Corningware French white cereal bowls, replacement bowls as I listed them, found them at the Goodwill recently. Everything that I'm showing you here, I paid anywhere from $1 to $3. I had 3 of these bowls originally, but one of them ended up being broken, but I sold the 2 for, they sold for $29.95. I found 2 of these plates at a church thrift store, Better Homes and Gardens. I paid $1 for it, and I sold 1 for, sold for $21. This vintage women's belt, it's elastic, it's stretched, it has layered scales to it, and it sold for $14.98. Do you remember that very large bag of stamps that I found at an estate sale last summer? I paid $10 for a bag, and I think I had 20 stamps in it at least. This vintage mom's stamp sold for $20. This seahorse sculpture was in one of my shop and haul videos. It's pretty tall, about 10¼ inches. I thought it would sell this time of year. It has a beach or nautical theme, and it sold for $15. This had two things going for it. First of all, it's a cat, and then it's a brass paperweight. It's only 4½ inches tall, and it sold for $15. February must have been the month for selling stamps. This is a 2½ inch copper on wood stamp, also known as a letterpress stamp. Sold for $15. I had lots of offers on this one, and I held out as long as I could. It also is a copper plated over wood eagle design printing stamp. It sold for $18.99. I found a huge bag of these Anna Lee dolls at my local Salvation Army. They wanted $20 for it, which was quite a bit for me to pay, but there were several in there. I think there were 13. This cute leprechaun doll sold for $27. As I said, a lot of stamp blocks sold this month. This is a 2½ inch letter A. It sold for $19.95. I did a package ship recently on this lamp. It's a vintage ceramic lamp. It's about 9 inches high. You can see here that we photographed it with a light bulb not included, but we wanted to show that it worked. It sold for $25. I do like to sell napkin rings. They're cheap to buy and easy to pack and ship. This is a 4-piece. I did use MCM for mid-century modern. It's hammered silver tone metal. They sold for $24.99. I found several of these foundry shirts at my local Goodwill. This is a 2XL button-down shirt. I do quite well with big and tall sizes for men. I paid $2.99 or $3.99. It sold for $25. How are you doing with this? How's your guessing coming along? How's your perceived value coming along? How many are you getting right? How many did you underestimate what they're worth? And how many did you overestimate what they're worth? All right, let me show you some more of what sold. This is the second Valentine's box that I sold. It was signed, autographed in 1982, has the original box. No candy inside, but it definitely is a vintage item for a collector for Valentine's. Nice piece to display. I think I paid $3.99 for it at the Goodwill. It sold for $21. Another Anna Lee. This is Toast to the Irish Leprechaun, 8 inches high. Again, part of the lot that I bought for $20 at the Salvation Army. And this cute guy sold for $20. I bought this last summer at a garage sale. It said West Germany on the bottom. It's a thermos, also known as a coffee butler or carafe. I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $20. Boy, I had a lot of low offers on this little baby in the high chair, but I knew it was unique, so I held out again as long as I could on this wood and copper stamp. It sold for $20. I've had these for a while. They're made from wood, a little apple and a little pear dish. Just thought they were cute when I bought them. I think I paid $1 or a garage sale, and they sold for $19.97. Another stamp, copper over wood, printing block, letter E. How much did it sell for? It sold for $17.95. Do you remember my shop and haul video at the Restore for this 1997 Martha Carey's The Herd Elephant? This is Duke. Paid $5 for it. Got home and realized it was missing its tusks. I was so disappointed. I couldn't get as much as what I'd hoped, but it still sold. How much do you think it sold for? It sold for $20. Yes, I'm still selling these American Greetings Taylor Swift music ornaments. I bought about 20 to 24 of them, I forget now, at a church sale 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago. I paid $1 for it. They've been selling quite well for me, and I do hold out on my price. It sold for $45. This little Fenton opalescent cabbage rose little trinket dish. If you saw the Bristol video where I shopped at a warehouse, an estate sale warehouse in Bristol, I bought this for I think $2 and it sold for $20. There's a story to these home coast sconces. I sold them in early December. They didn't get delivered in time due to the delivery debacle. The buyer wanted her money back, filed a case. She got reimbursed. They showed up a month later. I managed to get them returned to me at my expense, and they sold again. You just don't know how excited I was to get these back out the door, and hopefully it sticks this time and they're not returned. I do know that they were delivered. They sold for $35. Do you sell new sealed cassette tapes? That's what these are. I think we got these free at a garage sale. They had a box of VHS tapes and I think this was in it. Pretty certain it was free. They sold for $20. This is kind of unusual. It might be hard to tell what it is. It's shaped like a fish and it's a ball type tea infuser and strainer by ZWOC. It's brand new. I think I paid 50 cents for it at a garage sale. It sold for $12. This is an XL Chaps Ralph Lauren men's button-down shirt with long sleeves, denim, and it sold for how much? What do you think? How are you doing on this, by the way? It sold for $19.98. I rarely do retail arbitrage, but one day I went to Ollie's looking for something to resell. I picked up some boxes of these Head & Shoulders Clinical Solutions Dandruff Itch Shampoo. Set them up as a lot of 2 with a discount if you buy more. For this sale, I sold 1 lot of 2. They sold for $12.99. I'm clearancing out size medium, but this new with tag shirt did sell for a fairly decent price, I guess. I'll tell you this, it sold for a little bit more than my local consignment shop would have sold it for. It sold for $11.95. This vintage Hazel Atlas milk glass little cup with the cornflower blue design. Vintage for sure, as I said. How much do you think it sold for? It sold for $19.98. This is a small hand-carved wood sea turtle, very small, 2 7/8 inch long. Hand-carved wood animals do sell well. How much do you think this little guy sold for? It sold for $10. I believe I found this shirt at a garage sale. I paid, I think, $2 for it. Mark Echo 2XL, cut and sew, pearl snap. Yes, it has pearl snaps instead of buttons. It sold for $18. I've mentioned before that brass can sell well. It might be a slower seller, but it does sell. This is a set of acanthus leaf bookends 6 inches high. I was able to pack and ship these in a padded flat rate envelope, priority mail. How much do you think they sold for? They sold for $30. This sale is funny because Mark thought I was kind of crazy for buying these, but I love to buy things that he says, why this, you know? It's a 7-piece lot of little wicker hanging wall baskets. I got the whole lot for, I think, $1 to $2 at the Restore. I just knew somebody could use these for air plants. So how much do you think this lot of 7 sold for? What's your guess? They sold for $33.01. If you like these kind of videos, I appreciate a thumbs up. I invite you to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue. I'll see you soon. Check out my other channels. If you made it this far, you deserve the opportunity to try to win a JJ Blue jumping jack. Along with your regular comment, enter JJ Blue to enter. Simple sales for good profit.